photo finish victory in Greenville just 11 days ago. All right, well, we're underway. And the Pirates get control of the tip. Gardner, he will draw a lot of contact over the course of the night. He'll give it up to Suggs, though, and Brandon Suggs, the freshman from Georgia, dropped in the first.
That is huge for the Pirates. Shooting only 28.3% from the three-point line. That's bottom 6 in the country. To make that first three, they're going to need that type of offensive attack today versus the Mustangs.
Mustangs turn now on the offensive end. You said it earlier, but a very efficient and good offense, and they drill that first three. Tyson Jolly picking up where he left off against Temple.
And I'm glad Tyson made that three, because if you looked at Tyson as a JUCO, was not a shooter. He was a scorer, but shooting a shade under 40% from the three-point line, that makes you a bona fide shooter in Division I, and it's good to see, and you can see his hard work paying off.
Well, speaking of hard work, you just saw Jaden Gardner working it down on that left block. Didn't get the bucket, but you're going to see that a lot tonight.
Yeah, you're going to get a steady diet of Jaden Gardner. Only player for the Pirates, scoring in double figures, and they need him to go off. Struggled a little bit against Cincinnati, but he needs some robins. He needs some help.
Well, a misfire by Jolly at ECU. We'll take it right back the other way.
And that's one of the things Coach Dooley would love to do, is run more. But when you get your opportunities, you got to make them.
Sophomore Robinson White with an ugly miss on that three ball, and now SMU answers right back again. Isaiah Mike, who got loose against ECU there with 21 points, and a big three for him early on.
I mean, a lot of teams are going to see Isaiah Mike get loose. That's a pro. I mean, we're witnessing a professional, a future professional in Isaiah Mike.
Pirate basketball down by 3 early on here. And patient on the offensive end, but time running short. Suggs had that one bucket for them. The little leaner, too strong. Rebound cleared by SMU.
And you notice with the Pirates, they didn't even attempt to go to the offensive glass because they are so afraid of the transition offense of the Mustangs.
Isaiah Mike an open three and in and out.
Man, that looked good.
Up ahead, Coleman, and he can't hold on to it. Out of bounds. It'll come.
Sure, you at least get a shot attempt.
So a 6-3 beginning in this one for SMU. And a different look for the Mustangs than I guess you're accustomed to seeing. It's been following the Mustangs this year. Isaiah Jacey getting the start for the second week in a row inside, and they'll go to him on that left side. And they'll work one-on-one. That little baby hook is good.
And that is the exact move the coaching staff of the Pirates went over and shoot around, wanting to prevent Jacey from getting. And you see very effective move on the interior by Isaiah Jacey.
SMU with a good start on the offensive end. Defensively, they've done a good job as well. Suggs off the front iron. Tipped out of bounds, though, off SMU. And Jacey, taking advantage of the start again today.
Do your work early. Nice job by Isaiah Mike passing it over the defense, and Jacey right there outside the block, and after that it's just bully ball. And that's one of the reasons why they have Jacey in the lineup, because in the American they have.
All right, SMU with the 5-point lead in the basketball. And no doubt Tim Jankovic pleased with the way things have started. Kendrick Davis, nice move, and an easy lay-in from the right side.
Davis just refused the pick and roll, and a little bit of overplay by the Pirates on that possession.
Suggs has been busy, gives it up to Gardner though. Strong take right side, and that's going to be offensive.
Able to turn the corner. Kendrick Davis, nice easy bucket for the Mustangs.
Bandamel from the perimeter, and he misses on the three. And I'll tell you what, SMU.
He will tell you that, look, this team has a lot more to go as far as how well they can perform as an offensive unit. 24th most efficient offense in the country, and Coach Jankovic feels like that they're not there yet. Kind of scary for American Conference, but for Mustang fans, they're just kind of waiting for this offense to explode.
Well, so far tonight, 3 assists on 4 made baskets, to your point, and already hit a couple of three-pointers, so it's an efficient and good start for SMU. On the defensive end, they have limited ECU to one shot on their possessions and only one make so far here tonight.
Well, and part of that problem for the Pirates is they're not even going to the offensive glass. The shot's going up and they're just retreating, almost giving up the attempt to go to the offensive glass.
Jolly got a screen. Nothing there for him. Boy, I'll tell you what, JC's been all over the court on the offensive end, setting screens everywhere, working it down low. A turnover by SMU. And Suggs able to roll it in. He has all of the Pirates' 5 points so far.
And that possession right there is something for the Pirates to build upon. Patience in transition, got the look that they wanted. Nice pump fake on the interior, got an easy bucket, and just chip away offensively at the Mustangs' lead, and you can get something happening.
Whoa. The lob to JC, and the alley-oop completed for a 12-5 SMU lead.
JC, I'm not only bang, but I got some bounce.
Yeah, he's a big kid, and you look for him to bruise a lot inside there, but showed some hops and a little bit of that athletic excitement that SMU brings every night. Davis trying to create a little up top there, nothing for him. That loss at ECU, there were not a lot of standout performances on the SMU side. Jolly drills the three.
And Jolly's just so nice. I mean, the guy is just tough. I mentioned it before. Not a shooter in JUCO, but shooting a shade under 40% means you can light it up for three, and that's all from hard work and off-season commitment.
High post Coleman. He'll kick it out. Gardner misses everything. Really rough start for the Pirates on the offensive end.
And that's partly indicative of the way Gardner's playing. Struggled against Cincinnati, and he's learning how to play with that bullseye on his back, being the leading shooter of the Pirates.
Well, a takeaway by the Pirates, and Suggs has been active on the defensive end, and he just pokes another one away. And Bandamel steals it right back. Oh, game a keep away around midcourt there for us. Couple of seconds.
And that's not the pace that East Carolina wants to play at. They do not have the bodies that SMU does, and SMU wants to get you in an up and down track meet.
In and out that time for Jolly. Up ahead, Suggs to Jackson. Right back to Suggs. Really well done.
I mean, that was a high basketball IQ play by Jackson. Knew he couldn't handle the rock and just kind of touched past it to his teammate. Transition basket.
A couple of good moments here early on for ECU. Animal in the lane, contact, and he draws.
Those are the type of plays that you can build upon. And you got to remember, this East Carolina team, 11 new players. So they're still trying to find their identity, trying to find their chemistry, but a lot to build upon.
Some substitutions here for the Pirates. They're also today without Edward Luster. He got hurt practice this week. Miles James out sick. He's not with the team on this trip. Only had 11 bodies, 2 of them out. That's a team that added 11 scholarship players this year. 4 freshmen, 7 transfers. And you had Luigi Dubois out with the foot surgery. Seth Leday left the program in mid-December, so they got a lot going on right now on the ECU side. Lob inside to Gardner, and
the Mustangs and excelled them to that next level, and then you add Kendrick Davis, who is playing as well as any guard in the country right now. It's a nice mix for the Mustangs.
Gardner makes one of the 2 free throws for ECU, and nobody shoots more free throws in the country than Jaden Gardner. SMU, good early lead. They've operated well on the offensive end. Shagwa now in the game down low. A little bit of a breather for Isaiah JC. 6 on the shot clock. Veron Hunt, who also did not start today, gives up to Shagwa. Long 3. And
Veron Hunt had some back issues. Shagwa just really, I just think he wanted to light a fire. And yesterday's practice day was the most chippy I've seen of any practices I've seen since I've covered SMU the last 9 years.
Offensive foul.
It's not like there was anything malicious, but when you get your starting spot taken away from you, well, you're not supposed to be happy about that. So I was glad to see some fight.
And so you like it as a former player. I'm sure Tim Jankovic probably doesn't mind it either, right?
Oh, he even said he loved the practice. I mean, he told him that he liked the activity, and just now they got to go and point it towards the opposition.
Well, so far so good. A 9-point lead so far. Gardner, nice spin move in the lane, and he gets it to fall. Just a 7-point lead.
Yeah, you can't let Jaden Gardner get downhill like he did on that possession. Nice spin move on the interior. He's only made 3 threes for this season, so you know he's not gonna shoot it for distance. But again, you stop him, you've got a great chance of stopping this team.
Conference's leading scorer, better than 20 points per game. SMU gets an open look for Emmanuel Bandamel, and it's a little bit too strong. And now SMU basketball. 20 seconds to work. Now, since they have swapped things out with the substitutions, the offense hasn't been as efficient.
Well, whenever you sit Kendrick Davis, who's got an assist rate of a little over 60%, your offense is going to struggle.
Time running short, Shagwell with the hook.
When you extend it and create contact with the defense, it's almost an automatic call.
Newton double teamed up top. Look down low. But that interior defense of SMU denying the Pirates again.
Yeah, Gardner's going to have to just go up quick. You can't wait because the Mustangs have so many capable defenders.
C.J. White, the sophomore, knocks down the three-pointer, gets it back to a 10-point SMU lead.
You know, the Mustangs are making their threes in this game, but that's not been beneficial to them in some games. It's that high percentage of threes compared to their twos that they've been taking.
Just saw Tristan Newton hit his first bucket, and he is a natural scorer, a freshman from El Paso. He'll be a fun one to watch in the American. Guy who averaged 37 points per game in high school. Quick cross-court pass. White had the hot hand last time, rattles another one home.
And that's the offense. Make the defense come to you. Nice skip pass to a wide-open teammate. Easy bucket.
Well, the Pirates just aren't defending out on the perimeter tonight, at least so far. You give SMU a little room out there, and they're going to take that shot all night long. Offensive board, Gardner, but is put back off the side iron.
Those are some of the misses that Gardner had versus Cincinnati. Wide open looks, makeable shots, but just wasn't able to knock them down. And I wonder if he's getting a little bit tired with his usage rate with the Pirates.
White tried to force one inside to Shagwell. Turnover ECU rather, trying to turn it into points, and they do. Newton knocks down the three. Shooting 32% from out there. Comes off the bench, leads the team in assists. It's not even close. One of the better shooters from distance.
Well, and he's shooting 38.5% from three in American Athletic Conference play. That's number 10 in the conference. So he's found a way to really accelerate his production in conference.
Way out again, and another three goes down for SMU. Charles Smith IV, the freshman from Atlanta, knocks down his three-pointer. Boy, SMU 9 3-point baskets already.
I mean, their percentage of points from the three-point line is 44%, so they've been feeling very comfortable taking threes of late, and when they're knocked down like they are early on, it's going to make it very difficult for the opposition. Speaking
of difficult, it would be hard, very difficult, to make 9 three-pointers and only have 26 points as a team. That's 9 baskets they've made, 6 three-pointers. They're 6 for 11 from three-point land. Got a little excited.
Yeah, you did.
Brian Hunt with a little head fake. Shagwell, about 18. And he knocks it home.
Is that a three?
That was not a three.
Okay, I'm just checking.
ECU going with Newton. I believe Newton is perfect from the floor. Now 4 for 4 from the floor and 9 points to lead the Pirates. 9-point lead for SMU. Shagwar certainly not scared to shoot from out there.
See, that's where the coach would want him to just take the shot.
This week, all the coaches, staffs wear the suits, always looking dapper, put sneakers on with it, and it's all about raising money and awareness for cancer research.
I'm glad to see you participating as well. You got your sneakers on there.
I look forward to him today.
No,
but
it was not.
It's all right. I should have noticed that. Contacted you. Put that one on me. So SMU, 5.5 to go here first half. They'll continue to work that three-point perimeter and another three ball. This one for Tyson Jolly.
You got to remember, last game, 23 of his 25 points in the second half, and that's when the Mustang needed it, down 11. And this is the guy that embraces the moment. One of the toughest players in college basketball. Love watching Tyson Jolly compete.
Mustangs 7 for 13 from 3. Jolly couldn't hit that one. Long rebound out to Jackson and the Pirates.
And that shot was a little bit quick, one that I'm sure he wishes he could get back.
And looking inside, and they get it inside, but Baruti, nothing there.
Nice presence of mind by Davis just to stop that basketball from going out of bounds.
JC, one-on-one against Ullman. And this
is where he's going to get his legs, and once they do, they think their offense will even be more enhanced because they'll have that defensive presence who also can bang down low like you saw in that last offensive possession.
Transfer from Texas A&M. He's not had many opportunities from the line. In fact, that's just the second free throw he shot this year and his first make. He was what we call semester eligible. His first game he was eligible was against Georgia, and it hasn't taken that long for him to find his way into that starting lineup. It's his second straight start.
And Coach Jankovic will admit it's really difficult with the
versus cancer.org. On a 15-point lead for SMU. Really not much to complain about if you're a Mustangs fan. Things seem to have gone according to plan so far.
Yeah, they have. A foul on that possession by Kendrick Davis, but I love the extension and the activity by the Mustangs defensively. They are pushing out the Pirates on every possession, making it difficult for them to get any sort of look towards the goal, and that's the kind of engagement defensively you want your team to have.
Suggs immediately double team. Inside they go, and this is where they like to run the offense from Gardner's hands down on the block. But it's Suggs on the drive, and it's we're too strong. But Gardner is there on the other side to clean it up.
Good job by the Pirates staying with the play, and one of the few possessions where the Pirates have attacked the offensive glass, and it bodes well for them with the bucket.
Into the paint, Hunt, little turnaround, and he'll knock that one in.
And that's the sweet spot you want to attack when a team picks up zone right there in the middle. Ron Hunt does a good job of flashing, and that's the easiest way to get a team out of a zone.
Ryan Newton up high with it. He had a hot hand here earlier. His shot no good, but he will get himself to the line. Pick up a couple free ones at the line for Newton. Averaging 8 points per game, as you can see, already above that today. That's 10 points for him. All scorers.
And the Pirates are a team that like to get to the line. Their free throw rate is a little under 39%. Puts them at 46 in the country. They want to attack the rim, as we noted, not a great three-point shooting team. So for them, a steady diet of attacking the rim. getting to the free throw line is how they've stayed in games throughout this season.
SMU now. And they've dominated from beyond the arc.
And they got to keep looking at Ferran Hunt in the middle.
Trying to drop it down low to Isaiah Mike with another turnover for SMU.
Coach Jankovic was harping on his team because they have been turning the ball over of late and knowing in conference that you have to take care of the rock.
That's 8 turnovers already tonight.
Wow. Did you? I mean, Jolly's head was on the rim. Legitimately.
That was crazy. Almost looked like one of those in the cylinder type things. I guess just because of how high he got. And now he's wide open for 3.
Almost looked like he had a pogo stick. But he has averaged 11 rebounds per game, and this is your 6'4" point guard. Double figures in rebounds the last 2 games.
Down low. Again, Gardner gives it up though. And Newton, hand in his face, misfired on the 3. SMU with the ball back. Is there something ECU can do offensively different from what they have done so far?
They need better spacing offensively, but patience. It just seems like sometimes they're settling for that distant shot, and that's not really an area that they have sort of consistency in all season long.
Well, SMU getting the offensive board. Ferran Hunt just kind of plucking it away from everybody else, and a good drive rather by Kendrick Davis.
You got to prevent Kendrick Davis putting it on the bounce and attacking with his right, because he's got the blow-by ability that makes him, once he turns that corner, very difficult to guard.
Well, SMU consistently is led by about 15 points in this first half. Suggs, no good for 3. And the rebound, Isaiah JC. It looked like Jolly might have gotten his hand tangled up in the rim. Kind of holding it as he was trotting down the court, and now a timeout take. The numbers for Kendrick Davis, his assist numbers. I mean, we're talking about a guy, transferred from TCU. He didn't even didn't play the first, 4 games of the year. And you look at averaging better than 7 assists per game. Well, he's among the best seasons that SMU has seen.
Well, he's had 5 or more assists in 12 games, and so that shows his level of consistency as a playmaker for the Mustangs. And that's one of the reasons why you have so many players scoring so effectively for the Mustangs, because he gets them the basketball where they can be successful.
Five on the shot clock. Oh my, the alley-oop reverse for Ferran Hunt. That wouldn't be an SMU home game if you didn't get a Ferran Hunt, a highlight of some kind.
Well, Dave, the coaching staff told them you can't be unaware on that back door. If you lose sight of your man, they will go for the lob.
Newton inside, and the foul on the floor before the shot. Well,
I mean, let's just try something.
Why not?
Just because I can.
He's incredible. It's one thing to be able to have some of the abilities that we see guys have, but he turns those in, spontaneously in the flow of the game.
Yeah.
His creativity and athleticism, really remarkable.
It's one thing to be creative, but another thing to be creative and finish. And you see so many players that try to do a lot of stuff athletically and don't finish it, and he finishes it, and he finishes it with the flair.
Well, speaking of finishing it, maybe the last shot of the half, and that one drops in. So the Pirates up earlier, Stephen, they controlled the boards, 22 rebounds to 9. Tough to overcome that if you're ECU.
Yeah, it really is, and just a second chance scoring opportunity, 9-2, plus 7 by SMU. And if you're the Pirates, you've got to get some second chance scoring opportunities, because it's one thing if you can't score, but create more opportunities, and that's just effort going to the glass.
Suggs just inside the 3-point line, knocks down the bucket, gets it to a 12-point difference. Well, Newton with the 11 points leading the way for ECU, and the Mustangs have done a great job of spreading it around. Tyson Jolly's 9 points right now, the most for the home team. Davis looking for JC, and he couldn't quite complete it.
And you're seeing JC and Davis creating some sort of chemistry. Because again, JC has not played that much, still getting his legs under him. But you're going to get a two-pronged center attack by the Mustangs once he gets a little bit more acclimated to their offense.
One tipped out of bounds by SMU, so the entry pass to a wide open Gardner, and he missed the jumper all by him.
Kind of didn't know what to do with all that space.
Well, that space this time to way out up high, and let's see if they can get up. Remember, at ECU, ECU trailed by 13 in that game, and eventually came back and won it. Today, at halftime, it was a 14-point SMU lead. You know, they don't want to see history repeat itself.
Well, the difference, though, between these two games is in that first game, ECU just jumped from the beginning. And
tonight, big junior, 6'10", 250 pounds. Spins it a little hard.
And Dave, to your point, I think one of the things that JC adds to the Mustangs is just that. He's big, and he's playing big in this game. Nothing you hate more as a player or a coach than a big guy not playing big. And he's creating space down there. He's using his size, and he's defending Gardner in a way that I don't think Gardner is accustomed to be defended, and that's very physical.
Well, that's a good point, too, right? I mean, he's done a really good job of keeping him in check. In fact, matching him so far tonight, it's outscored him 6-5, if you want to look at it that way. And that's, from SMU's standpoint, they know they have to stop Gardner. JC on him, and boy, that time Gardner worked really.
When Gardner was in the airs, what the officials called for the foul, but I love the battle between Gardner and JC, just clean physical basketball.
Gardner very comfortable at the free throw line, makes that free throw, and now with 8 points and some pressure on the inbounds. A foul.
Rotations, chemistry, 11 new players, trying to create culture there at East Carolina. He's done a good job early on, but again, it's a building process that he has to have, and first you got to get the guys in that can fit your style of play.
Davis double teamed and had an idea, but unfortunately not exactly on the same page with Isaiah Jason.
Pains you can afford to have when you have the lead that the Mustangs have and the way that the Mustangs are playing offensively.
Here's their 9th turnover of the night. And Robinson White denied on the lay-in. And a whistle afterward. Well, just out of bounds off SMU. So 19 on the shot clock. Well, open jumper, but one of those nights where Rudy that time missed everything. Isaiah Mike too strong. Good job by JC to save it back, but it gives an opportunity to the Pirates for a break, and they get it to an 8-point deficit.
You see the coaching staff trying to implore the team, get a little pressure offensively, but on that possession, Pirates using good defense to get good offense, and that's the best way to get back and chip back into this game is create your offense from your defense.
Pirates with a 7-1 run to start the second half. Eight seconds on the shot clock. Jolly open. They'll have a look. No good. And Suggs with a board again. Oh, a little contact. Mike bumped into him from behind. Now Suggs sold it here.
Get easy buckets.
And you want to be my latex salesman. I heard you with the Bama lane there. All right, Robinson White into the lane. A little dump off. And here you go. The one-on-one against Jaguar. And you know that Gardner is going to try and get his way to the hoop. He lowers that.
Got JC, now Jaguar, trying to wear him down.
All right, well, an 8-point SMU lead, but the Pirates off to a good start here in the second half. And one of their hot hands right now, stuck with the basketball. 4 on the shot clock, and the fadeaway falls. Great shot by Tristan Newton.
Good defense by Jolly, nowhere to go except to put up the shot. And the Pirates are getting a little bit of momentum shift here.
A 9-1 start for ECU. baseline into Shagwa, and then easy.
And Dave, this is similar to what happened at East Carolina. SMU played on the first half and then kind of took the Pirates lightly, and you can't let a young team like this hang around. They'll get confidence like they have right now. And I've talked to a couple people in the NBA, and they think that this guy could be something special and really could make an impact, because those are the type of players that are successful in the NBA. Just raw with ability, can do so many things, but coaches, you can't coach effort, you can't coach motive, and that's what he's got. Oh!
Kelly with the follow dunk.
Dunking on his own teammate.
He just posterized Karan Hunt.
Yes, he did.
10-point lead now for SMU. A couple of good possessions for them now. Maybe regaining control here in the second half. Gardner, a little move across the lane, but nothing there for him. Davis will push it up for SMU. A little hesitation. Twice he tried it.
You know, Dave, you're looking at SMU with 13 assists on 17 made baskets, and that's what makes it so difficult. Your own teammate. What did Karan Hunt do to you?
Yeah, that's rude. I mean,
that is not a teamly thing to do.
Well, you heard about that in practice tomorrow. 13-point lead now for SMU. So all that hard work that the Pirates put in to start the second half pretty much evaporated. Entry pass taken away by Shagwa.
And that's what makes it difficult when you look at Gardner. He gets 86% of the minutes for the Pirates and over 40% of the shots, and all of SMU knows where the ball's going. You have to be a little bit more creative trying to get him to rock.
Suggs up ahead, no real numbers. Hands it back to Miles, and he'll misfire. We're talking about East Carolina and the idea of a potential upset bid here. They made a nice little run to start the half. It's drifting away from them, but they are winless on the road this year. Lob inside again, Hunt, and he'll able to...
Upgraded that last foul to a flagrant one. It was unnecessary contact.
Well, that is the big part of the story there. The real story is the hat tip to you, taking that information from the officials as you were producing the broadcast, and I was throwing you the whole thing about bench discipline. You're doing
caused internal combustion.
Well, handled it beautifully, as SMU has in this second half. And now the Pirates, it's still a long way to go, but they are getting to that stage where they've got to make very good use of all their offensive possessions.
Well, not only that, but you can't trade buckets with the Mustangs. You got to make some defensive stops, and as easily as it has been for the Mustangs to score, you got to find a way to stop that.
Now Birdie with a nice take down the left side of the lane. Oh, whistle.
And that's part of the job of a coach when he's there the first couple of years is, you know, you're going to go through the growing pains, but can you use those teachable moments, and can you do it in a way that they learn while they're going through those struggles and losing, because that is difficult for a team to endure.
Well, C.J. White with another three, and SMU has just destroyed the Pirates from beyond the arc. 8 for 20 from three-point line.
C.J. White perfect from the field, and he only had 2 points last game in Cincinnati, and he's doing a good job of earning some more playing time.
SMU on a 13-2 run, and another misfire by East Carolina. They made 4 of their last 5 shots. This one up, no good by Hunt, way short.
And a coach will say you are open for a reason. That's something that Karan Hunt has implemented into his offensive repertoire as something consistent, and that's his three-point shot.
And meanwhile, ECU able to convert that miss to a bucket on the other end. Suggs and Newton now both with 13 points to lead the way for the Pirates. Hunt kicks it out. And work it all the way back around. 12 on the shot clock. Whoa. Got a trick there.
And that's why the Mustangs have the most efficient and best offense in the American League, or American Athletic.
But he did stop Shagwell from scoring the bucket. Make him run it at the line. Shagwell, 63% free throw shooter. He did not have a good game at ECU. Scored just 4 points, to go along with 5 rebounds in that one. A 17-point lead. That matches the largest of the night for SMU, and now a whistle. Well, Ryan Newton will inbound. Trying to get it straightened out. Suggs, nothing there for him. Time starting to be an issue in this one for East Carolina. Newton, head fake. Into the trees and up and over the top of Shagwell. Intriguing player, 15 points tonight to lead all scorers.
And I really like how Tristan Newton is so poised for being a freshman and had an injury early on this season and isn't fully back yet, but you're seeing the potential of this young man.
Well, now he gets a rebound on the defensive end. Pushes it up ahead to J.J. Miles, and he'll hit the three. 94 three-pointers last year at Cape Fear. So definitely a guy who can shoot it. They've got it down to a 12-point game again. So just as it looked as if SMU might begin to stretch it out, ECU claws back in it, only to see Shagwell answer at the other end.
And that's what makes the Mustangs so dangerous. I mean, you got a guy who's averaging under 8 points, but could easily be averaging 15 points on another team. Your center, who's very adept at shooting most places once he gets across half court.
Ooh, yep, that's in the cylinder, and that'll be another three-pointer for Miles. A little too much athleticism at times. So, big three-pointer for J.J. Miles and the Pirates. Davis right into that zone, and he draws the foul.
Just take that.
It's starting to roll in the hoop. Pulled it right out, but hard to sneak those ones by. And Davis, who's tied with his teammate Isaiah Mike as the best free throw shooters in the conference, with a rare miss at the line.
You know what's interesting about, Davis's miss, he made 20 in a row, missed a free throw, made 20 more, missed a free throw. I don't think this was 20 from the last one, but the first. That's extreme concentration for both he and Isaiah Mike.
Yeah. 60-47 SMU. ECU with a little bit of pep in their step on the offensive end. Suggs lost it. Ooh, and a foul. See, will head into the game. Oh, Shagwell get a break. All right, well, they can get it down to 11 points right here with this free throw. Nope.
And that's one of the things that Coach Dooley talked about, is the fact that this team, while they might not be experienced, they are relentless and they don't give up, and you're seeing that fight in the second half.
Vandemel with a head fake. A tough time against his zone, getting that open look. Jolly from the top, in and out.
And that's been one of the problems for me with the Mustangs offense, that at times they fall in love with the distance shot. No penetration inside the teeth of the defense, and you got to make them play defense.
Well, one of the struggles I think for an ECU team too, and you mentioned it earlier, is that they're not a good three-point shooting team. When you talk about coming back on the road, you're going to need to hit a couple of big threes more likely than not, and that is not a strength.
I mean, they're the sixth worst three-point shooting team in the country, so I think you're minimizing the struggles from distance.
Well, Davis, though, continues to hit it. A better than 30% three-point shooter, leading team scorer on this team, and a big three-pointer for him. Back to that 15-point advantage. Gardner with a little turnaround.
I mean, that was great defense there by Isaiah Jacey, but better offense by the leading scorer in the American Athletic Conference, Jaden Gardner. And he's a guy that, I mean, he's going to figure out a way to get it up and make buckets, because he knows he's the only double-figure scorer for the Pirates.
Yeah, that just got him to 10 points for the night. And
you mentioned it earlier, very effective zone the Pirates implemented. 2-3, but active hands.
Bandamel. That's a huge three-pointer right there for Emmanuel Bandamel.
And Emmanuel Bandamel, not Vandalay, his ability to come off the bench and improve when he did. 6 assists, only 1 turnover. And when you have a team that is sharing the basketball, 18 assists, 23 made field goals, I mean, that's good, efficient basketball, and everyone's happy.
Well, happy to have a 16-point lead, too. 7.5 to go. Kendrick Davis, that little hesitation dribble, can't stop it.
You have to stop it. That's rule number 1. Stop the basketball. I mean, they jumped on his, he blinked at the rim. But that's just that ball respect that Kendrick Davis has right now.
And up top with it, Gardner.
Notice every time Gardner gets to the lane, a Mustang comes to him, white jerseys all around. On in the season, that would be something that would be a little bit scary for Coach Jankovic, but now you have Emmanuel Bandamel playing exceptional. He can come in. So you have a lot of different looks. You got C.J. White, perfect from the field. So this team is really maturing at a nice pace for the Mustangs.
Yeah, so, 13-4 to this point of the season. Only 3-2 in the American Conference, and it's a pretty even conference right now. Nobody running away with it by any stretch. But how good can this SMU team be?
I mean, they can be scary offensively. The one area where they can improve the most is going to be defensively, because they don't lock in for a full 40 like other. Your important players off the bench. You add a piece. You got Darius McNeil coming off the bench. He'll be eligible next year. He was a multiple point scorer for Cal in the Pac-12. Future is bright on the hilltop.
Won the conference and tournament titles. 16 and, that is to say, 15 and 16 season, as well as the 16 and 17 season. Up top, another open look and another three-pointer. This one for Isaiah Mike. One of those nights they're feeling.
He's the American in three-point percentage, three-point field goals made per game at 2.3. Tied for first in free throws, and this is a guy that's a self-made shooter and an exceptional person.
Gardner again in the lane. He likes to work with his back to the basket, those little spin moves. 12 points for Gardner.
I mean, he's a guy that just knows how to score. I mean, he's not a great athlete, a good enough athlete, but he just knows and has a knack for making buckets.
Davis on the dribble again.
Kendrick Davis is a player that you almost have to double team and force the ball out of his hand, because if you allow him to keep his dribble, he's so crafty and so explosive. The last 2 possessions, he's attacked the rim.
Meanwhile, ECU didn't waste any time getting the break. Made basket transition points there. Gardner. Jolly has it poked away. Bandamel picks up the loose ball. And another turnover. And that's another thing that SMU might have to really pay attention.
As I can. But again, talking about the turnovers that you mentioned, and Coach Jankovic was talking to his team about that. Look, a missed lob, that's a turnover. A missed shot, and once you get in a championship-type conference basketball, all of those possessions count.
Ison Jolly.
Man.
So he had 5 points and 14 rebounds in his last game against Temple. Jolly with 14 points now and 5 rebounds tonight. He's 4 for 9 from three-point line. Down low, they were going for Gardner.
James and just overpower them, and now he's turned himself into a shooter. I mean, he can still take you to the rim, but he's a spot-up shooter. He'll be closer to 40% at the end of this game, and that's street cred as a shooter right there.
Davis has had some success driving and looked for Bandamel, knocked out of bounds. Top of the conference. Memphis underway now. And a big three-pointer right out of the timeout for Tyson Jolly. It's 17 points now, most in the game. All right, ECU, they need three-pointers, and quickly, a lot of them. Newton will miss that attempt, but they'll get another opportunity at it. So Jolly having a real nice game today for SMU. It's almost like you could have seen that coming.
Yeah, he played extremely well versus Temple. And whenever you have 23 points in a half, remember only 2 points in the first half, 23 of his 25 in that second half, and it was right on time for the Mustangs. Very important win on the road. But again, this is a guy that's just has toughness and mentally, physically, and just is about that life.
I'll tell you what, another guy who's got a little toughness there is Jaden Gardner. Real nice work inside to stick with that and get the bucket.
And you don't know that he doesn't play like he's a sophomore. And again, the future is bright for East Carolina and Jaden Gardner. Just with his ability to put buckets, manufacture points. Mismatch down low with Shagwa on the block.
Hunt in the lane and turns it over again, and that is the 14th SMU turnover. Turns into a layup at the other end for Suggs.
I mean, you love seeing teams when the game's out of reach and they don't give up. Even though they're down 19, Pirates continue to fight.
And now a timeout taken by...
Started to progress as a team because between Dallas and Houston, you talk to any NBA scout has as much or more NBA talent than anywhere in the country. And the ability to take those top tier, even those second tier players by any program is going to bode well. And you see that's with the success of Houston, also the success of SMU and any of the Big 12 teams as well. A lot of players from Dallas and Houston.
Shagwa with the three-pointer for SMU to extend that to more. Gardner, man, what a workhorse he is.
Minutes. And 32% of possessions go to Jaden Gardner. So whenever you play the Pirates, you're going to get a steady diet of Jaden Gardner. That he's going to put it on the bounce, attack the rim. Great basket game, but again, only a sophomore and huge upside.
Hunt with the free throw at the other end, a 77% shooter. Hunt with 8 points today to go with 5 rebounds and rolls that one in as well. SMU by 22 inside a minute and a half to play. So a convincing win tonight, it would appear, for SMU. Rebounding from a loss at East Carolina just 11 days ago. Suggs a little too strong. Free throws for Samson Strickland. Very limited time so far this year. Both teams able to get a couple of guys off the end of the benches in the game. Shagwa to Witt. A chance for Grant Youngkin. They're trying to get him involved here. Being absolutely harassed by J.J. Miles.
Right. J.J. did not want to give him a shot.
Youngkin forced it.
Oh, with the left.
Listen, take advantage of the moment. I love it.
I mean, he's not shy, and I'm not mad at that at all.
Oh, Strickland had an open bunny and couldn't get it.
He made a business decision on that block.
His second rebound of the year. All right, a couple of free throws here for Strickland, who has not shot free throws year prior to today. Let's see here. ECU has not had an easy go of it at the line. 6 of 11 now tonight for the Pirates. Strickland, 2 for 3. All right, so let's see what the Mustangs try to accomplish here in these last 25 seconds.
Coach Jankovic is telling him just to let the clock run out. He's seen enough of that.
Yep, that's a prudent play. We saw it last night, right, at the Sunflower State Showdown.
No, we did not see that last night. and Coach Jankovic, I'm sure, watched that game as well.
These two coaches served as assistants there, and they no doubt very well aware of what happened last night in Lawrence.
Well, great 20-point win